Hello boys and girls, it's Film Cam here and we're going to be analysing the trailer from the upcoming Civil War between Iron Man and Captain America. Now it's based on the popular comic book series? The popular comic book event in the Marvel Universe, in which case a superhero, I can't remember exactly the superhero. I'm not going to go into grand detail about this because obviously there's a huge Wikipedia article about it if you'd like to read it further. But basically, this unnamed superhero basically kills. They got in a huge fight with a supervillain and it killed loads of people. And everyone's really angry at the superheroes. The fact that these guys are just allowed to basically run around and have no one. No, hide their identities, so they can't be held responsible for innocents get killed in the crossfire. So obviously they get very angry at this, and they want a huge registration, which means that superheroes have to sign up for a certain amount of training and basically sign up to Shield. But obviously there's not Shield in the film universe anymore, so I don't know how they're going to play that one. But and they basically all have to sign up. But obviously, Captain America is like obviously freedom because Captain America. But he doesn't agree because obviously super villains could strike those that they care about and things like that. And sometimes obviously systems get corrupt, and sometimes people have to work outside the system. So obviously meanwhile Iron Man on the other hand is all for the registration. That's why he's going to be playing. I think he's going to play mainly the antagonist in this role, but I think obviously they're not going to completely isolate us from one of the favourite characters in the Marvel Universe. But yeah, so let's get down to analysing the trailer. Boys and girls, and if you haven't seen the trailer yet, I recommend you click on the link at the top here and watch it all the way through first. And I recommend you also click on the other link and actually read the Wikipedia document about the comic book series to give you a better idea of it. But yeah, so then watch it. Watch this video once you've seen the trailer, of course, because else you won't know what we're doing. Okay, boys and girls, now we're getting into it. Obviously approved for all audiences because Marvel wants to get as many people into the cinema as they possibly can. Obviously we now got, looks like two guys. There's Cap and there's Bucky.
Do you remember me?
Your mom's name is...
Introduced. Obviously as you can see here, it looks like there's some sort of magnetic thing holding Bucky's arm in place. I assume because that's the only way they can trap him, stop him from going crazy and try and punch everybody. Also, I love the fact that the first thing he brings up is Cap's mother, which I thought was incredibly funny because everyone get cracking jokes. But yeah, moving on. Okay, now we've got Falcon here. Obviously they're our best buds, living past explosion. Obviously I can't exactly tell what this is. I think it's some sort of parliamentary building, telling by the desks. So I assume it's some sort of political convention. I don't know.
Don't do that
obviously
anymore.
Falcon's there,
because
Falcon had to be there, and obviously now policeman. As you can tell, looks like something on the policeman's arm. It looks like they're from Germany, from Policia. I can tell that they're somewhere in Germany. I assume this is based.
They're not planning on taking you alive.
Captain, while a great many people see you as a hero,
Obviously, we're introduced back to the Avengers building that was used at the end of Age of Ultron. Those of you who haven't seen it, I recommend you see that film before you see. You sort of have to watch them in a line, or else you get a little confused. But obviously, we know that they've started to build the new Avengers. So I don't know. Obviously, that's going to come into play here.
there are some who'd prefer the word vigilante.
You've operated with unlimited...
See, as you can see here, boys and girls, he's standing outside a place. The sign in the background is the Spanish for pharmacy, so he might be in Mexico. But seeing as the other bit was in Germany, I assume they're closer to probably Spain. So Bucky might be even hiding out in Spain or I don't know. Due to his fugitive state, it might be Mexico, but I assume due to the fact that it was near Germany, I assume Spain.
power and no supervision.
Okay, now we're coming on to some good bits now, boys and girls, because obviously now we've got the legal document, which I can't tell exactly what it says on the front of it. But now Cap's going to need his legal team, because now that looks like the document which will probably be the Mutant Legislation Act. I don't think it was exactly mutant legislation, but you know, the Superhero Legislation Act. So obviously all the superheroes have to sign up. So I assume that he's handing that over for the Cap to have a look at. But I don't think he's going to approve.
The world can.
See, now we've got a General Ross from the Hulk films here. I was just informed. Obviously, I thought he was just some nameless politician. I thought it was just the same actor, but apparently they have been. I've completely forgot about the Hulk films. The Hulk films completely blanked out my mind there. But yeah, but it is General Ross, so I assume he's going to have a bigger part in the MC universe now.
No longer tolerate.
I know how much Bucky means to you. Stay out of this one. Please. You'll only make this worse.
You saying you'll arrest me?
There will be consequences.
And now we come on towards the, obviously he says there will be consequences, and then hey ho, Iron Man shows up in his sleek armor from the end of Age of Ultron. Obviously Iron Man here is going to be the consequences for if Cap does not stand in line. Obviously Iron Man's going to be the backing the document and trying to get everyone else to sign up for it.
Captain, you seem a little defensive.
Well, it's been a long day.
If we can't accept limitations, we're no better than bad guys.
That's not the way I see it.
Sometimes I want to punch.
Obviously they're trying to construct Tony as more of a bad guy in this role, so they've got him in a suit. Obviously he's going to now start wearing suits instead of like every other time where he's almost never wears suits. He almost always wears very relaxed clothing, but because he used to be the chill out cool dude, but now he's going to be the you know, sort of trying to be a more adult parental role sort of thing. So obviously we're going to see him clashing against Cap in this scene. Obviously the fact that he's hinting at it by saying, I would like to punch you in your perfect teeth.
You in your perfect teeth. I just want to make sure we consider all our options. Because people that shoot at you usually wind up shooting.
It's nice of them to wear the same look. I mean, the inconspicuous cap and aviators looks very nice. I mean, I think they're also wearing this like leather jackets as well, so it's nice of them to try and. I know they have buddies and all, but I think the matching clothing may be a tad far. But who knows?
And me too.
You know what's about to happen.
Now this is an interesting shot because it looks like Cap's going into the IFID building, because obviously you can make out the IF on the little logo on the glass window just above the door, but you can also tell the IFID security thing on the side of the truck. Now obviously I don't know what the IFID is, but I assume during the fact that it looks like it's in Africa, we can assume it is some sort of Wakandan security thing. That's what loads of people have been saying on forums and things like that. And obviously I kind of agree with them on this one. I think it probably looks like something off that. Especially looking at the truck. It does look like something that could be very much used in Africa. I doubt it'd be used in many other places. But obviously that brings up the question, which is why is Cap attacking an IFID building? Obviously, I don't know. We'll find out in the film, I guess.
Do you really want to punch?
Iron Man's now got his best buddy War Machine, and looks like War Machine's also got a nice new sleeker better suit, so obviously we're going to see how he do. I think these two are going to be the main opposition for Cap and that. Obviously we're going to see some more people introduced onto Iron Man's team.
Your way out of this.
Okay, now we're looking at Cap's side. Obviously we've got Hawkeye on the far left there with a different uniform than his old one, slightly more purpley this one. Which I quite like. It's like better, more towards the comics. Obviously, he hasn't had any, like, he doesn't say anything really in his trailer at all. He's like minimal impact in this trailer, so I don't know how much impact he'll have in the film. As well as Scarlet Witch, again, she hasn't really had anything to say in this film, so obviously it's going to be interesting to see how she impacts in this film. I think they're going to be doing more like sort of just showing up sort of characters. I don't think he'll have nearly as much, both of them will have nearly as much impact as they did in Age of Ultron. Obviously we've got Bucky and Cap there as well, obviously is clearly on the Cap side. So obviously that's what I think will probably be the main and Cap's team. I don't think there'll be any other members on Cap's team, but obviously Iron Man's I think there will be people switching sides. We'll talk more about that later on. Sorry, this video will go on for a while because we're going to talk about a lot of stuff to do with Civil War here. Okay, now obviously we appear to be blowing the hell out of some airport. Now I don't know exactly why they're blowing up this airport, but I assume it will be important to the story. I have a feeling it will also be in Wakanda. I think most of this film will mainly be set in Germany and maybe some Spain and mainly Wakanda, I think, because obviously not to be hinting that someone else is going to show up. I'll get to that later again.
What do we do?
There he is, the man himself, the reason we're all in Wakanda. It's Black Panther, obviously played by the new fella, whose name was very forgettable. Well, not very forgettable. Boseman? Bold. Boseman. So obviously I'll explain more Black Panther later on in this video. I'm going to do a quick little analysis of the trailer and I'm going to talk more about Civil War later.
We fight.
Obviously we've got Black Widow here appearing to be more rural Africa, so I assume this is she's going to be the one that's going to be recruiting Black Panther. Obviously this is what it looks like she's going to be doing in this scene. So that's going to be interesting.
Sorry, Tony. You know I wouldn't do this if I had any other.
Obviously, as the music saddens, we get on towards the sadder parts of the film. Obviously, we've got a War Machine lying down there. It looks like his power cord's been ripped out the front of his suit. So, obviously, I don't think that's concurrent to his good health. So, I don't know whether he's dead or I don't know. Iron Man looks pretty sad. So, I don't think they'd kill War Machine off. I don't think they would. I don't think unless the actors had enough. I don't think they'll kill him off. I think he should be fine. He should be fine. He'll be fine. He'll be fine, boys and girls. He'll be fine.
Choice. But he's my friend. So was I.
Oh, baby, get tag teamed! This is why experience and teamwork always wins the day, boys and girls. Obviously, Iron Man is getting absolutely destroyed in this shot. So obviously, I think the Iron Man going solo is not going to do very well in this one. I'm not going to lie. I'm feeling that Iron Man's going to go down. I think he's going to go down hard. And in all fairness, in the comic books, Iron Man did go down. Captain America basically won most of the Civil War. Again, we'll talk about. But yeah, he won. The main reason the Civil War concluded, obviously, in the comics. I'm not saying necessarily it's going to be how it ends in the film, but basically in the conclusion, what happens is a lot of what the Iron Man clones for to try and help out their cause and because obviously Captain America's winning because he's goddamn Captain America. When he says jump, you ought to say how high. For most characters in the Marvel Universe. So obviously Iron Man tries to get more people on his side, and basically a lot of them get wrecked. Obviously the Thor clone does not sit well and decides to go crazy and kills another superhero. So obviously Cap goes no more killing. I give up, and he basically surrenders, and then he ends up getting shot. So obviously, hopefully, fingers crossed in this one, he doesn't get shot. I don't think they would let go Chris Evans and Captain America, because Captain America is too damn valuable to be let go. So, obviously, and I think he's too much of a good character. So I think that generally he's going to survive. I don't know how they're going to conclude this, but they're going to find some way to conclude this. And moving on. baby, the tag teams are real, boys and girls. The tag teams are real. That bit always gets me. I love the teamwork. I love the synergy. I love the synergy of beating up Iron Man. That's just beautiful. It's just beautiful. I love Iron Man. And I'll explain this later on, but I just love the synergy of him getting beaten up. Let's watch it. Let's watch the team tag one more time, and then we're going to move on to talking about Black Panther, and then we're going to end up talking on the who's going to be on what side. Hey, hello boys and girls. Okay, I'm just going to quickly give you a quick rundown on Black Panther. Black Panther is the leader of Wakanda, which was a strong a fictional African country. It was already established in Avengers: Age of Ultron. That's why you have to watch these Marvel films in order to know what's going on. But basically, it's a very rich country because of its vibranium resource. Which it obviously sells, and that's actually I think Black Panther's claws and some of his suits made of vibranium as well. But obviously he's got enhanced strength and things like that. He's much stronger and tougher. He's sort of on Captain America levels of strength and toughness. Obviously the origins behind it is his tribe. T'Challa tribe or something like that. But basically they were the main tribe on the vibranium resource, and his and the I don't know, let me look up his name. Ulysses Claw, that's it, Ulysses Claw. He's the guy that you saw in Age of Ultron who was trading the vibranium. He kills Black Panther's tribe off, most of his tribe off, but he survives, and then becomes the Black Panther, which is sort of the sort of guardian of the area, and he defends it and things like that, and he basically becomes the ruler of Wakanda. So he's a very important character. Now, obviously, he's going to be important in the rest of the Marvel MC universe, but he's going to play. I think he's going to play an interesting role here, which brings us on to our choosing sides. It's going to be interesting because he is going to be playing, because obviously Spider-Man is part of Sony, whereas the main part is part of Marvel. So obviously they have had trouble trying to get these things together. That's why in Avengers usually there's Wolverine as well involved in Avengers, but it's not because of the copyright issues. Hopefully they'll resolve those in the future, but I don't think anytime soon, boys and girls. So obviously we've got Spider-Man's going to be in it. It's been confirmed that Spider-Man will be in it, but I think he's going to be playing a very minimal role. You know, sort of just more of a cameo sort of appearance, I have a feeling. But obviously the Spider-Man's did a massive role in the comic book one because he sort of switched sides. Like initially he was like there was a huge moment in it where Spider-Man reveals his true identity. To sort of back the legislation and the getting all the people to sign up to this, but then he switched sides after a while. He realised that maybe Cap was right, and he switched his sides. And it's been hinted at that apparently Black Panther will be filling this role, so it looks like he might be originally on Iron Man's side, and then he might switch across to Cap's side later on in the film, which is just going to mean that Iron Man's going to be even more screwed, really. Because Iron Man's got Black Widow. I think is going to be Black Widow's going to be on Iron Man's side. War Machine's going to be on Iron Man's side. I have a feeling General Ross and that are going to be backing Iron Man. So it's going to be Cap's side. Obviously, is Hawkeye. Falcon, Winter Soldier, and the Scarlet Witch. So obviously he's got a pretty sweet side. I know which side I would be on. Personally, I would be on Cap's side, because as much I love Iron Man is a great character. I love Tony Stark. I like the whole, he made the armor in the cave. It's a very cool set of armor. Iron Man's generally a good character. I loved all his other films, and he's generally fought. He's generally been a good guy, and he's made generally intelligent decisions. And I agree with him on quite a lot of subjects. But the thing is, Captain America is the quintessential superhero, and I would argue one of the greatest the greatest superhero of all time. I'd argue on quite a lot of instances. Because he's if you read the comics or anything like that, or watch even mostly in the films, no other superhero would argue with Cap. Cap is the leader of the he's just such a good guy. He's such a good leader. He's been doing war and fighting on the side of good for so long. Everyone just has such massive respect for him that I think that and in all seriousness, if I was actually in this real world and I saw this this mutant registration, I think the mutants shouldn't be registered, because again, it just makes him more vulnerable. I mean, Shield had Hydra growing in it, so I know that these sort of things aren't secure. So I'd be worried that people are going to get their hands on the identities of the superheroes, which will kind of make them very, very much more vulnerable than they were before. Obviously. Hit up the comments, boys and girls. I'd like to see your opinions on the upcoming Marvel Civil War. Tell me which side you'd be on. Thank you very much for watching this video. I'll be doing some more trailers. Hopefully I'll be doing some more films as well. I'm going to be doing reviews and things like that on this channel, and also talking about how to general film ideas and concepts and things like that. So please like and subscribe. Hopefully I'll get some more up soon. Thank you very much for watching. Please get in touch if you want to start discussions. Obviously I'm open to opinions and things like that, or any ideas for videos or films you want me to have a look at. So thank you very much for watching this video. See you later.